Hello and a good evening to all. J Mac, how you doing, my friend?
Ah, no, right. No, not bad. Just a last wee adjustment to the camera position there. I wasn't happy with it. I'm also not happy with the fact that my lamps fucking snapped. Um,
that
but
guy snapped his lamp, man. He snapped his lamp.
my lamps be a
I
bugger, man.
think it's sitting in the air, man, because I'm all red. Look at me, I'm lobster like I'm Mr. Krabs. Yarr!
You think you're red? Wait, you see my eyelid.
Oh, you got a sty?
Well, I thought it was a sty, but then it spread to the other eye, and I was like, I think I might have eye AIDS. So I don't know what's going on with it.
Are you Syrian, eh? Are you Syrian? Well, Janice is in the house early. Janice, how is it going, my friend? And the man of the evening, looking dapper as ever. Been for some headshots. Look at the man himself. It's Andy Gibb.
Look at that. That looks professional.
It does. I sent that picture to Lee actually, and she said that was a very good picture. I was like, oh, aye, you're single, he's single. Who knows? Eh? Nah, I never actually said that because that's out of order, but it'd be pretty funny, be pretty cool. So, aye, tonight we're diving back to 1993 for the second time because J-Mac, we've covered Demolition Men before, haven't we?
Aye, both of them.
We did, eh? Back in the day, we done a deep dive actually.
Aye, we had a properly good time with it as well. I imagine there's probably going to be some stuff said in this episode that we might have said before, but you might not have watched the first episode, and if you haven't, then that's better for us because we can just rehash the same stuff over and over again, a wee bit like Hollywood, and still get something out of it. So,
Aye.
but we do have what you doing with your picture, but we do have This is now the re-release, 4K re-release of Demolition Man by Arrow Video, no less. Arrow Video. They're
Yes.
still being nice enough to go, here, this is coming out, but no send us it. But
I know. And if I get it, it's always usually in like a wee disc that's no. Because I think it'd be great to actually see the cover art and all that properly. But this is what it looks like.
Every time we ask for one, we get a pirate copy.
Pirate copy. One for the barras.
Barra Video.
Barra Video. They were the days, man. They were the days or so I hear. I never went to the barras. But I always heard it. No, I didn't, but I always heard about it. Matthewman says, happy Friday, guys. Be well. Yes, it is Friday, and we are here on a Friday instead of the Sunday because what did I have on there? Deep Purple went to their farewell tour, and I can understand why it was a farewell tour because this comb is a microphone, and I am Ian Gillan, the rock god that is Ian Gillan. Saw him 14 years previously, and he was just like, he was going mental, and I was like, this is the rock god. And then I'm thinking, this is what I'm going to get 14 years later. And he comes out and he's like, ignited long way from home. And I'm watching his hand, and he's like this. And I'm like, no. I'm like, no. Folk don't age. Folk don't age like that. So he's obviously aged, man. So gutting, but still a rock god, nonetheless.
Do you remember when South Park took the piss out of Rod Stewart for still touring? Says,
No.
Please welcome to the stage, Rod Stewart. And he comes out in an automatic wheelchair and then just stands in front of the microphone and goes, I go poopy.
Well, I think he does.
It's like just sometimes it's just it's time to hang up the spurs. Do you know what I mean? Just hang up your plectrums, hang up your sticks, hang up your fingers. It's time.
I get it. I get it, and I think you're right. When it comes to a touring band, your best stuff's in the past. I get it, and sometimes that's the same for filmmakers as well. But films like this, nah, mate. I don't think you should ever give up making films like this because watching this again reminded me of exactly what was excellent about these type of films. Mate, Stallone jumps out the helicopter at the start and he's like, Freedom! through the air, and I'm like, yes, that's missing today, man. Like all the proper badassery shouting somebody's name that you're going to batter as you jump. Oh my god! You know what I mean?
Imagine we did that throughout life. You know, primary school, walking to the school gate, just going, Steven, douche.
You know that way where you instead of running down all the stairs quickly, you just put your hand on the banister and you just like lob over all the stairs and you jump at the bottom. Imagine like that. We rab! Before you come
start to show our age by saying that we went to school with folk called Wee Rab. I think names like Rab and Gary are dying out.
Have you ever met a sound rab? I think I've met one sound rab. The rest are all fucking absolute wankers, man.
I think I've met one or two, but most of the time they go by like a different name, like Robbie or Robert. Rab.
I know one sound Robbie, the other one's a bit of a ponce.
Who's your sound, Robbie?
Guy I went to school with, Robbie McKee. He's sound.
I work with a guy called Robbie. He's quite sound.
Robbie what?
Calendar.
Nah, I never heard of that, dude.
He got done for stealing them.
He got done for stealing calendars. No, he didn't.
He got 12 months.
It's like Nick getting his car nicked. That's funny. What was I going to say to you there as well? Oh, it was something really funny about something. Oh, I mind that time I was like, here, you ever met a Kenny that wasn't a wanker? And you were like, my dad. Because I don't ever like talk to you about your dad no being called Ken. Right? Yeah. So for me, Ken and Kenny are so different. Right? So I was like,
who'd have thought they were the same?
That was no clues, man. There was no clues. But because I don't
Street Fighter would have been different, eh? Ryu and Kenny.
Oh my God, you killed Ken, you bastard. But the thing is, I never even put two and two together that your dad was Kenny, because I've never heard him being called Kenny, always just Ken. So when you were like, my dad, I just literally went, bah!
To be fair, he never went by Kenny. If anybody called him Kenny, he didn't like it.
Well, there you go, because it's a pretty wank name. No, I don't think it is. I just think I can't really recall knowing a Kenny that wasn't a wanker. And I've got a cousin called Kenny. Fun times, eh? So I'll usually play a trailer. But I'm not going to, because it always gets ripped out anyway, because YouTube go up against the grain, right? And they're forever like, oh, you can't do that. So I will say to you folks, you can now get this 4K. It was no fact. It's not. It's actually available in December. That's why I've not got it. It's available in December, 16th of December. You can get the HDR version 4K of Stallone and Snipes, Demolition Man. And by the way, if you don't own a 4K Blu-ray player, that's fine. You probably own a PS5 or an Xbox Series, whatever, right? They play Blu-ray 4K discs. And see, when my wife was like, oh, I really fancy getting the PS5, and I'm like, no arsed, right? She was like, I'm thinking about it. And I was like, let me read about it. Plays 4K discs. I was like, here's your PS5. Here's your PS5.
I've got two, one for upstairs, I know.
Gathering dust.
Wayne's are sitting with no food in their plate.
So shut up to watch Demolition Man. And so you'll be able to get that on pretty much every store that's available. It comes with brand new 4K restoration from the original 35mm camera negative by Arrow Films, approved by director Marco Brambilla.
I'd imagine it's Brambilla.
Oh, tomato. And it also includes both domestic Taco Bell and international Pizza Hut versions of the film presented via seamless.
It's so funny that folk would actually care enough about that one detail to watch both versions. I want to watch the Pizza Hut one. I want to watch the Taco Bell one. Right, we'll fight for it.
Mate, they've even put over the, like, see where the Taco Bell sign is. They photoshopped like Pizza Hut in it and everything.
Yeah,
class.
I know.
So good.
I remember watching sorry, I didn't watch it. I saw on YouTube a clip of the Pizza Hut one, because I grew up with the Taco Bell one, which is funny because apparently the whole Pizza Hut thing was to do with the European release, because we didn't have Taco Bell over here. But I only ever remember seeing the Taco Bell thing and wondering what Taco Bell was. But just even when I was 9, working out, oh, it must be a restaurant chain over there. So I don't understand this need for replacing it with Pizza Hut. And also you can see, when he's like, invited me to dinner at Pizza Hut, you can tell he's out on Taco Bell.
I know. And the thing is as well, right? The funny thing is, like, why would we want them to talk about things that are European in an American-made movie?
I don't know. We just don't care. Yeah, like, could you imagine them like changing Walmart in a film to Asda?
I know.
Like, so yeah, I just bumped into Superman doing it in Asda.
And you'd be like, oh, they've got Asda in America, no? They don't, you know? So I've never understood that one, but I think it's funny and it works for some great trivia, doesn't it? Really, you know, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut. I remember the only way I could, because I always remember it was Taco Bell, right?
Yeah.
But the first time I ever saw the Pizza Hut one was on YouTube. I started laughing. I was like, they changed that to Pizza Hut. So that got 4K Ultra HD, 2160p presentation, Dolby Vision, original lossless DTS HD MA, Dolby Atmos. Oh. With an Atmos, I like the 5.1 because that's what I've got. Brand new audio commentary by director Marco Marbilla, and screenwriter Daniel Waters. Brand new audio commentary.
Big Danny Waters.
Danny Waters.
That's one of the like say it in an American accent. Daniel Waters sounds quite cool. It almost sounds like a superhero's alter ego. Daniel Waters becomes, I don't know, Bin Man, right? But then change it to a Scottish accent and you go Danny Waters. It's just not going to same kind of ring it.
Danny Waters.
Went to school with this boy called Danny Waters. He used to shite in burns.
Somewhere over the Rambo, a new visual essay by film scholar Josh Nielsen. Theatrical trailer, image gallery, 60-page perfect bound collector's book. Ooh. Limited edition packaging featuring newly commissioned artwork by Laurie Greasley, which should be Matthew Mann. That's what Matthew Mann should be then. He's working for these companies doing and I say this, Matthew Mann, reversible sleeves. Interchangeable. Right, that's the stuff. It has to have a Matthew Mann design and the original design. So that would be quite cool. 6 postcard-sized art cards, 3 seashells, and the seashells, mate, they're stickers. The seashell stickers. Look, there they are. See them?
Oh, there's Edgar Friendly's graffiti as well.
Aye,
Life
all
is
gets
hell.
sprayed clean out. By the way, let's just talk about for a minute the 3 seashells. Right, I said to everybody, and there's a few. I'll read them in a minute. But I said to everybody before the show tonight to give us their theories on how the seashells will be used. You know, because seashells on the seashore, and here they are. There they are. Right. So, J Mac, how do the seashells work, my friend?
Right. So, I'm thinking you drop some friends off at the pool. You take seashell number 1. You scrape the rough excess that's left on your crack off with the edge of the shell, right? You just scrape forward. Then you kind of get a wee rinse down in the water, like right. Then you move on to seashell number 2, which is for fine tuning. Right, that's for getting that's for getting the wee awkward bits off. Right, you just dig in a wee bit deeper. Maybe it's got a slightly sharper edge on it. Right, so you can maybe get a bit more of the residue off. And then number 3, you just fill it with water for the toilet and splash a bum.
That's what I was thinking, mate. That's what I was thinking. You went and used my theory, you wee dick. And I thought, why is there 3 then? There's 3 because I'm not using the same fucking seashell as that prick. State it, man. That's why there's 3, yeah?
Could you imagine, though, like going into a toilet after somebody and knowing that they've just scraped shite off their arse with the same seashell you're going to use, regardless of whether it's been washed or not? You'd be like, I'm not too keen on, like, putting his crack juice on mine.
By the way, I asked AI to come up with, like, a response, and it basically was like, yeah, I've got nothing. Even I can't decipher that. Yep. It was like, I can't decipher that. I think it was always meant to be interpreted by the audience. So I then asked for a picture. I says, can you generate me an image of a man using them? Right? And it said, I actually asked, could you generate a picture of Sylvester Stallone using them? And they're like, we can't do that for copyright reasons. I was like, right, what about somebody that looks like Sly? They're like, no, we're not going to do that either. I says, right, just give somebody. And the best they gave me was this. I'm still confused. Look, even AI's like, nobody knows.
I like how he's already been in Denny's kegs down, done his shite, and then stood up to have a look about how to sort himself out. First thing I do when I go into a cubicle is go, is there bog roll? Right, I'm sound. He's walked in, not even thought about it all the way. He might have been about to get caught short. So I can understand that feeling. I've been there many a time.
So look at him. Even AI, right? This is the best.
Demolition Man, they're like bowel motion man.
I know. AI is like, yeah, we don't know this one either. We know everything. That's great.
And they're worried about that taking over the world.
I know, and the guy's literally like, what the fuck? Matthewman says, with 3 seashells, Arnold Rimmer's method with only using 3 sheets of toilet paper, 1 up, 1 down, and 1 to polish. That's disgusting.
I've never thought of polishing my ring piece.
Oh, that's even
Horrible
disgusting.
thought.
Just even
Mr.
saying
Sheen.
that. Fucking hell, man. She sells seashells by the sea shitter on the ring piece. That's disgusting, man. So I'm going to go over to our Facebook group where I asked. I also asked on Instagram as well, but nobody ever seems to respond to us on the gram, man. On the gram. Oh, no. So let's have a wee look here. So I did ask, I asked, what are your theories? Give us them and we'll fire them out tonight. And we got 3 comments here to say. Matthewman says he would need more than 3. And Andy Gibbs says still better than a grease-proof than the grease-proof paper of school days. Just that just spread it about like Nutella. That's disgusting.
That's so true, by the way. I mean, I don't know if that stuff was still in school by the time that you were in there, but school toilet paper was like fucking tracing paper. I'm not even kidding. It's like listen, I'm not trying to draw my arse.
That's disgusting, man.
It would slide a bit like if you wiped it too quick, it'd be right up your front.
That's disgusting.
It's like you walk out the toilet with shite up your face. What happened? Fucking greaseproof paper again.
That's disgusting. I'm glad you and Andy Gibbs share that. He says 3 is for those with the extra hairy hoop, just like Gillette razor. The 3 for extra closeness. That's disgusting.
Gillette, the best your ring can get.
No, I can't even drink martini. You've done it. So I mean, it'll always be open.
You're quite easily weirded out by bodily stuff, eh?
A wee bit. I suppose I'm squeamish, so to say. I don't mind looking at gore, but shite and that, just not big on that type of conversation.
I'm not saying I'm big on it. I don't enjoy shite. Do you know what I mean? But
rubbish. Don't talk wet, man. You love it. It's your fucking.
I love talking about it, but I don't love it as a thing.
In it. You're like,
no, mate.
Lads, come in here, have a look at this. Look,
I am still
that was me.
I'm still far from mastering it. I've shat myself at least 4 times as an adult. I have not got a master's degree.
Fucking hell. It's funny though, anytime anybody tags me and stuff and it's shit or fart related, it's always here. Who's this remind you of?
I don't know. The thing is, it's a fickle mistress because some of these fucking jobbies disguise themselves in fart suits and just take you totally by surprise.
Fart suits. 3 shells, 1 cup. Oh, there's a movie idea. There's a movie poster. 3 shells, 1 cup. And it has to be Arnie from his, what's it called? The Real Italian Stallion days.
But Arnie?
Did I say Arnie?
Yeah.
That's some what you call it? That's some Last Action Hero stuff right there, isn't it?
Aye.
Arnie, Stallone for his kindergarten cop days.
Right, so we've spoke about bog roll and that. So let's go about the film.
Took your toy back to the carpet, eh? Sorry guys, I was visiting with my son, but I'm here. Well, hope you're having a good time with your son, Janice. Hope he likes Demolition Man, because we do. So many years ago, we deep dove this, and we had an absolute.
Is it deep dove or deep dived? What do you think?
I dove right. I dove head first. I dived head first. I don't know. I'm not the one to ask this question.
It's a funny one, because I think that dove is not actually a word. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me, but I think it is dived.
Because dove
is
the word.
And it doesn't sound right. doesn't sound right. Dived. So the word that's correct sounds less correct than the one that's wrong. I don't get it.
I said ask AI, but AI knows nothing. It knows nothing. So the casting of this film, by the way, even when like I don't know if you're the same as me, but I would just watch a film as a kid and no point out any actors apart from the main guy, which was usually Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, etc. So when you watch it again as an adult, you're like, oh him, oh there's her. Janice says, "Lol, I don't think he's ever seen it, but we have." Oh, good. You need to get him on it. So Sylvester Stallone, of course, we've got Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock. That was, I mean, she doesn't do films like that after this, did she? It went on to all the rom-com stuff.
She did Speed after this.
What's his name in it?
Aye, E Honda.
E Honda. E Honda and Speed.
Oops. I was so certain of myself as well. I was like, oh, did you really go for Speeds in that? You're just like, hang on, I need to check this. No. I was like, oh shit, he's not.
Didn't even look like him, man. The boy for Beetlejuice was in it. Glenn Shaddix.
That is not a name I'm familiar with in the slightest.
You know the campy guy from Beetlejuice?
Oh, is that his name?
Aye, the Alex Fraser.
Yeah. I know the guy. The guy looks like a couch.
It resembles a 90s couch. Well, he was in this as well. And he always kind of plays that campy type of character, doesn't he?
He's pretty good at it.
Andy says it's dived.
There we go. It is decided.
Andy said it, so that's it.
Right. We should have an Andy said it segment on the podcast every week. Andy said it.
Yep. I agree with that. Hey, Roger Predactor was in this as well.
Oh, yeah. I formally convey my presence. Hey, I could do. It's like, oh, charmed.
Yep. There's a lot of great.
He found Captain Winky. There's no way that neighbor heard Roger Predactor scream with that door shut. The scream she heard came from inside his apartment before... Shit, fucked it up. Anyway.
Oh, you were on a roll, man. You were on a roll.
I know, I could do it with take two.
I know. But sadly, we don't get take twos. Matthewman says, this was one of the this was one of the last great 80s style action movies. The future and the movies I think he means is scarily becoming more and more accurate. Wesley steals the show in this. Movie wouldn't be the same without him. I agree. And by the way, even the film, the movie cars, all the cars in it either look like BMW i8s or Teslas. So they're pretty accurate with the cars, by the way.
Aye, and the fact that you can't say anything without getting in trouble.
Right.
And the fact that they're banning everything that's bad for you.
Uh-huh.
Right. And the fact that normal people are the ones that are getting, like, shunned. You have to be a fucking weirdo to get by in life now, and it's just it's bizarre. It's such a bizarre state of affairs.
Times are changing, though, right?
I know times change all the time, but I feel like in the last 45 minutes things are different.
Yeah.
But the amount of thought, and I think it's unrecognized and unappreciated thought that went into this film is actually spectacular. I mean, it is a daft action. What the fuck happened to me? Looks like my camera was unplugged. I was sitting here. Yeah, I swear there's a ghost in this room. I've told you about my light before, eh?
Yeah.
I've told you about my dimmer switch, and now it's pissing about in my camera.
Oh. We have to do a ghost watch.
Yeah, I'm going to do some cable tracing and.
No worries. While you do so, I shall talk about this. This was set in 2032. And
it's only like next year.
It's not far away. Things are a bit different, but there's quite a lot to it. Wesley Snipes was excellent. Where get some batteries up in this, just so vivacious, so full of enthusiasm as a bad guy. He is an excellent bad guy, and it was almost sad to see his heat come off at the end. You know what I mean? I'm like, how did you do that to Blade? the one and only. But he I don't know if is Wesley Snipes someone that gets the credit he deserves when you talk about great 80s bad guys, 90s bad guys. We've got the likes of Dolph Lundgren, and we've got who else? We've got Bolo Young, we've got Clancy Brown. But do we really give credit to Wesley Snipes as a great bad guy?
How often did he play a bad guy?
In this, let's have a wee look at Snipes. So, gonna go.
I think he's mostly known as playing a good guy or maybe an anti-hero. But in this, he's a proper bad guy, but he's so lovable.
So let's go back a wee bit. Right back to the 90s. Is he a bad guy in Expendables? No.
No, he's part of their team, essentially.
He was in the Bad music video for Michael Jackson.
That's a stretch, man. Oh, did you hear Michael Jackson kick the shit out of Tupac once? I seen that video earlier, didn't I?
Did you? I might not have seen it.
Oh no! So sometimes the mathematics chat gets a bit. Like if you've not been in it for a while, it's hard to catch up.
A while, 2 minutes.
I know. It was that day I woke up 81 unread messages. I'm like, what the fuck have I missed? It was like, who's died? The answer was nobody. They were just talking shit. But apparently Michael Jackson and Tupac had a fight, and Michael Jackson kicked his arse. It was to do with Tupac was going out with Quincy Jones's daughter, and Michael Jackson was obviously really close with Quincy Jones, almost like a kind of uncle to his kids. And apparently Tupac was talking shit to the daughter, like Quincy Jones's daughter, one night. And Michael's like, mate, who the fuck do you think? You can't talk to her like that. And then they started throwing hands, and Michael Jackson kicked Tupac's arse. And if you look at the video that fucking Candace Owens has been sticking about recently with Tupac, I can believe it.
Aye, bloody hell.
Have you seen this? I'm sure you have.
No, but I will look into it.
Mate, it's Tupac, and he's sitting giving an interview about trying to get acting jobs, and he's sitting like this, and he's not Tupac, like not the image we're aware of Tupac. It's like the theory is that he's an actor who was posing as a gangster.
Oh, all right. Well, if
very
he was
interesting.
Well, if he's into fucking dudes, he was way Jada.
She used to be lovely.
Not a professor.
Aye, she was gorgeous, man. Now she looks like a fucking chess pawn. It's a shame.
She's a bed knob. Do you know Prince
they should stick her in the next Evil Dead film and call it Bed Knobs and Boomsticks.
Keep my wife's. Was it keep your? I can't mind.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking.
No. There was an edit of it. And it's like, keep
fucking my wife's mouth.
I keep fucking my wife's mouth.
And then Chris Rock's like, I'm going to.
Keep fucking my wife's mouth. I'm going
to, okay?
I love the internet sometimes. Andy says, Snipes was underrated, was good in Blade. Yes, and I think, do you know what? I think you're right, J-Mac. He wasn't always a bad guy. I think he was only a bad guy a handful of times, and most notably Demolition Man, but because he was such a good bad guy. He was such a good bad guy that we're like, it kind of feels bigger than it is. I'm not going to lie, I watched this with Lucas. He's 14, right? Because I actually stuck it on and I went, actually, I think I could introduce this to Lucas because not not bad. A lot of swearing in it, but what does he know here? It's high school anyway, right? Lucas, you watch this with me? He's like, what's that about? I was like, sit down, son, while I tell you the story of my people. There was a magical time in life called the 80s and the 90s.
That's the right way around. Just telling
you. Still got the rapper on and everything. But I explained it to him and I says, please watch this with me, right? And then after it, he goes, oh, I'd love to see just a film about the bad guy, Wesley Snipes. I'd like to see just a film about him, like his origin story and that. He says, because for me...
You know what they'd call it? You know what they'd call the film?
What?
Phoenix Rising. That's the name of the film.
Oh, no, do you know what Lucas says? What was it? What was his... He said one and I went, that's actually amazing.
It's not going to be better than Phoenix Rising, that's spot on.
No, it is, and we'll get everybody to say it, right? I'm going to text them right now. Hold on. What was the bad guy in that movie we watched? You said his own movie would be called what again? Right. No, it was, and I went, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Matthewman says, Simon Says, that would be good. But Lucas came out with a banger. And I was like, that's pretty good, mate. Good on you.
Sorry, I was going to do another fucking E-Honda moment there.
I
was like, he was already in a movie called Simon Says. No, he wasn't. That was Dennis Rodman trying to look like Simon Phoenix.
Well, by the way, that's easy done because Double Impact was Dennis Rodman. And I think, like, when you think back on it, it's like, well...
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't Double Impact Dennis Rodman? No, that...
we're fucking up our other place here, man.
Aye, no, because that was
double.
That was basically
Double Team.
Double Team. That's
and it was
well,
shockingly bad.
Forgive me for that.
I actually watched Double Impact 2 nights ago.
Did you?
Oh, no, it wasn't 2 nights ago. It was Tuesday night.
Double Team, you're right. I always remember them falling at the sky and a big ball hang that pops at the bottom. Double Team, shit. Right?
So
but my fond memories of that as a child. I always had fond memories of that film. Aye. Double Impact. That was the first time I was like, all right. First time I saw somebody getting padded down and went, that's all right.
I'm enjoying this a bit too much.
I was like 5-year-old me, like, that's all right.
Two girls, one pat down.
Two girls, one pat down. That's what he said. That's what he called it. Blast from the past.
That's a fucking Brendan Fraser film.
Doesn't matter. Blast from the past, and I thought, aye, because he's kicking about with the guns and all that.
Aye,
and it'd be his origin story. Blast from the past.
I'm a blast from the past. Aye,
right.
That's true, but I will argue that mine was better.
Yours was what again?
Phoenix Rising. This is his origin story.
Right, lads. Phoenix, right? Just write in the comment section. Those of you that are watching right now and care to comment. Phoenix Rising or Blast from the Past. Which is it? Right, by the way, my wife always says this. See, when I go like this with two films, and I say to the kids, and we're going, okay, we're going to watch a family film, and I take out 2 DVDs, and I go, what's it going to be? And my wife says this. She says, you always do that thing, and I'm like, what thing? And then this is her impersonation of me doing this, right? Would you like to watch Beauty and the Beast or The Never-Ending Story? Beauty and the Beast or The Never-Ending Story. And they're like, Beauty and the Beast, and I'm like, are you sure now? Are you really sure? You don't want to watch Never-Ending Story? Are you sure? Apparently that's how I do it, but I don't know. I digress. So the casting in this is just beautiful. Janice says hee-haw. She says Phoenix Rising, but Blast from the Past is good. I think you slowly just crept across the finish line there, J Mac. With Janice, I mean. I think she's saying I like Blast from the Past, but Phoenix Rising just a wee bit better.
It just tips the scales ever so slightly.
Well, here's Andy Gibbon here to even up Blast from the Past, eh? Way so. And
hang on a minute. Andy Gibb blocked.
I don't know who's saying this up. Are you blocking?
No, I can't. You've got control of the fucking show.
No, I meant like you blocking them, like for your thing. But that would be well.
That'd be order. I don't block people for having minor disagreements. I block people for having major disagreements and realizing that I have no interest in knowing the person anymore. Excuse me.
Nah, he's not your worst enemy. I've seen you recently getting absolutely slaughtered in the comment section, whilst also using my patter, might I add.
By the way, I totally won that. More people were on my side.
Well, you talked sense. The guy was just like, haggis, men in skirts, and we're just like, you're all an absolute fucking mong. So, you know what I mean? He's so stupid. He was so stupid.
It wasn't even just him. There was loads of people. Like, I was batting back and forth with loads of people, but there was a lot more people on my side just going, these people are fucking nuts.
See, this is why I sometimes go to write something on something, and then I think, no point, because one, right, you can, like, I respect the person, so they can have their views. There's that. Then there's, this person will probably insult me, and I can't slap them through a screen. So
it's like, I'm working at 6 o'clock. I have no time to go and trace them, find them, and kill them.
It's
Sorry,
not that.
Alive them.
It's more so this. It's more so that if you're going to insult me, do it to my face, because then I'll accept your insult. Don't do it over a stupid phone. You don't need to insult me. We can talk. We can disagree. Like, we can vehemently disagree without having to follow. Like, let's disagree with each other and no follow and be friends and respect each other, right? Exactly. But if you want to take it there, I'm due you a good fucking slap. So date face to face. I will not fall into the trap of wanting to batter someday. Not being able to. Not going to happen.
By the way, what is going on with Stallone's chest in that photo?
I know, eh? Looks like he's been chopped.
It's really. In fact, I watched The Wishmaster. Or kind of had it on in the background when my kid was at nursery, and it actually looks like some of the special effects in that.
Probably is. It's probably just during a scene where he's getting stuff blown on him. Sandra Bullock, nice and young in this movie.
What's that noise? Oh, it's me.
I mean, there's a sex scene, but it's.
Aye. You get, I think, last time I counted, it was about 7 frames of boob.
It's not even hers.
I know, still a boob though, isn't
it? Hey, a win's a win, right? The fight scenes are excellent. Of course, Stallone is the big fucking honcho slap about Wesley Snipes, but Wesley Snipes has so much character in this film. What would you say?
It steals the entire show, man. I mean, I don't want to take away from anybody else in the film, because I think everybody in it was actually perfect for what they were doing. Like even Benjamin Bratt was brilliant at what he was doing. Rob Schneider, brilliant at what he was doing. My favorite line of his was when they were watching Simon Phoenix kicking the shit out of people in the monitors, and he's like, "We're police officers. We don't train to handle this kind of violence."
Yeah, I know.
That is the perfect line for Rob Schneider, and he did it so well.
Lucas and I both laughed at that, which is funny as hell. Lucas specifically found funny as well when he's like, "Can I help you with your your boggle?" And he goes,
"My boggle."
He goes, "How much do you weigh?"
Well, I happen to weigh dish. I like that same scene when he just walks in. There's a guy just randomly standing next to an exhibition. He's like,
"That's so me."
Smacks his head in. He's like, "Oh, so sorry, didn't see you there."
It's so me.
Or the worst bit, hasn't aged particularly well. You know the bit I'm talking about.
He's pushing the button. We get to celebrate our differences.
I was going to finish the song there.
That was quite funny. Sometimes you just go, funny's funny, mate. Funny's funny.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get that. I'm getting that in a t-shirt. Funny's funny.
Funny's funny. Rob Schneider basically played the same character he did in Home Alone 2.
I don't know. I think his character in Home Alone 2 was a wee bit more
snivelly.
Like, he's not snivelly. He's not snivelly in this at all. He is a product of, in fact, what this current generation is becoming. And that's sad. That's sad.
I know. We dafties, man.
Aye. So, going back to what you were saying. Fight scenes.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah.
Oh, it was funny. Yes, so the fight scenes.
It was you that was talking about it, mate. I'm letting you finish.
No, I was saying they were really good. They were really good.
Aye, they were. What's next?
good for the
They were
time.
well put together. Considering this is the director's first ever feature film, like that's what an incredible achievement for your first ever film. The guy was, I think it was music videos and commercials he was doing up until he got offered. I mean, imagine your first ever film having Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes in it. I'd be like,
yeah, that's that's a win nonetheless.
wait, are you laughing at something else?
Yes, because you'll notice sometimes you ask me a question and I give you like a half-empty answer. It's because I'm trying to do something at the same time without it being obvious. But then you pick that exact time to hand the baton right back to me, right? So here's what I'm saying, right? I need you, right? So I'm gonna, for those of you that haven't watched the film, right? Here's J Mac, right? And what I need you to do, J Mac, is impersonate what Wesley Snipes was doing just with his hands, right? So he's at a control table, right, which controls a lot of things, right? Give it a second, it's just loading. Takes a wee second to upload, right? But he's also mouthing something. He's impersonating something, right? Hurry up, man! And it's funny because it's of its time. But remember when things used to just be funny, and it's because the surroundings that he was in, and this is taking forever, right? So J Mac, impersonate what he's doing. Just with your hands. Loud? No, just with your hands.
What, like?
Just the motion that he was doing. No, yeah, that's banging.
I'm going to start listening to like Chinese L&B.
So, L&B. L&B.
What? I never seen that.
No. All right. Aye, so I don't even remember finding that part as funny back when we deep dived it. But I find it quite funny now. It's good. But that's a bad guy. They do things that annoy people and offend people, right? That's a good bad guy.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
I think that was excellent. It's a shame that they killed him off because it would have been class to have had maybe a sequel where he's about as skinny as he was in this. Like once again, he's got a big gap in his teeth now, though, haven't he? That comfy.
COVID. His teeth were socially distancing. Never went back.
Well, fair dues. Fair dues. I love Demolition Man. I think everybody should rush out to get it when they get it on the 14th of December. It's hard to talk about key character performances in this because Wesley Snipes stole the fucking show. When you've got a kid like Lucas saying, "Oh, he's the guy," right? You didn't really want to dislike Wesley Snipes' character, Mr. Phoenix, because he's just so bloody excellent.
He was scary as well, though. Like, I remember watching it as a kid, and he was actually scary. But as you get older, he becomes really funny, but still sinister.
Becomes so likable, relatable.
He just doesn't look likable at all, though, does he? He looks like a Van Damme villain. Like he doesn't like the look isn't great, but he pulls it off so well, man.
Yeah, it's class. I really enjoyed it. The effects as well, like nothing. You're watching this now. Nothing is like really aged. It's a fair,
maybe a couple of things, but it's.
What do you think?
It's generally not too bad. Something I would like the very last, like the kill scene. There's some stuff in that that's a bit shonky.
I suppose you're right. Well, it looks like Lord Raiden's in the house.
Aye, for Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Aye, yeah, and his head comes off really quick. And another thing as well, like Sly avoids getting frozen up, right? But do you think that the minute that it's covered the whole area, that he could just jump back down to his feet?
Yeah,
and he wouldn't. Would he?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the point.
Is that realistic? No, that
he made sure to time his drop so that just as it was coming, just as the freezing was coming towards his hands, he let go. And that was like the last bit of the room to freeze, because that was just the arm in the middle of the room. It probably would be the last bit to freeze. So by the time he dropped, hit the floor, the reaction had been completed. So again, I thought it was pretty clever. I liked it.
Yeah.
And there's so much we could talk about in this film, but to be honest, we have kind of done it already. I think what we're kind of doing here is just saying go and buy the new release because it'll look fantastic. There's a lot of special features there, including the Pizza Hut and Taco Bell cuts. And it's a joy to watch. It's one of my go-tos. See if I can't find anything to watch, I will stick this on. This is one of the ones that I will do that and watch it over and over again.
Yeah, it's been good for me because I got to introduce it to Lucas. He's the only kid right now in the house that would watch that and enjoy it and get it for what it is. And that's another good thing about when we go back to watch these films that we've seen before, is the fact that it gives us a reason to go back and watch it, which will be good for us. And it, you know, if I'm going to start showing my kids films, sometimes you don't know where to start. And it's like, well, let's start here. You know, you might know necessarily I've chosen it. We do have a lot of good reviews coming up. Some interviews coming up as well soon. Tonight's been Demolition Man, but still to come up on the Jibber Jabber podcast, we've got Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, Renfield, which was brilliant with Nicolas Cage, by the way, so we'll give that a good slash. We've done The Krites. This Sunday, we got some business to attend to with Barbed Wire. And then this one's, I'm really looking forward to this one, Return of the One-Armed Swordsman. And I'm hoping there's not like a first one, because the fact that it's just the Return of the One, it's like it was Zombie Tip Ripper too. There just was never a first one, you know. Armour hot dogs will still randomly pop up into my head now and again.
Even kids with chicken pox love hot dogs. Armour hot dogs. The dogs kids love to bite. Somebody put me back in the fridge.
You can go and sign up to Arrow for a free trial, by the way. It's the same price as a coffee. www.arrow-player.com. Price of a coffee. You get 2 weeks free. Go check it out. You know, a lot of the films that we talk about here are all featured on the Arrow Player. So if you're not into collecting physical media, which many aren't, many laugh at me when they realise I still do, then there's a player for you to go and watch. So do that. It's very cheap. It's not expensive. Fucking get on it. Janice says, banger choices there. What's your favourite, Janice?
She sounds like you. Banger choices.
I'm rubbing off on folk. What can I say? Matthewman comes in with a very valid point. You need to review The Substance, by the way. Aye, we bloody do. We'll not talk about it now. I don't want to hear anything, but we will absolutely review that because it was excellent. By the way, shout out to Nards Barry, who hasn't got tongue cancer. He went for a biopsy and turns out he's all right. So good, man. Good, because that's class. And Matthewman now has his own store on Big Cartel. Matthewman, drop the link in the comments, my man. I'll bring it up. If you like Matthewman's work, which we all do, a lot of the time you're seeing it here on this show. But if you like Matthewman's work, head to his Big Cartel and you can buy his prints and get them shipped to you. It's about time he had his own wee store, because Matthewman will come up with an idea. He'll say, I'm going to go and do this. Then he does it, shows us it, posts it online, and then it's on eBay, and folk are making money with his design. Folk are actually taking his design.
It's not funny at all.
Folk are actually taking his designs to the actors and getting them to sign it. He's sitting there like, come on, man.
Can't trust anybody in this world, man.
No. Folk come to him and that, oh, any chance you could design this, you know, and take this, and then before you know it, it's on t-shirts. which one says that his work's clearly good enough to be put on it.
Yeah.
But he should be getting a cut. At least give him a cut, folks. If you're watching this and you're one of those folk that take his work and put it on eBay, fucking cut him in, man. Cut him in. Make
Janice.
Janice, you're fucking dodgy, man. You. I think both of you are influencing me. That's good. Matthewman says, it's no ready yet, lol. Been lazy as fuck, been busy writing this week. That's right, Matthewman's putting pen to paper, man. Putting pen to paper. Before you know it, it'll be the next score squeegee. Know what I mean? But good, everybody should be creative. This world is all about creativity and all that good stuff. That's what makes the world go round. Janice says, Hubby says he saw that Keanu Reeves is going to be playing Ghost Rider. Don't know if it's true or not, though. Potentially, who knows? Would he be a bad shout? No. Who'd have thought Nicolas Cage would have been a good Ghost Rider? I know there's probably people out there that would disagree with that, but
I thought it was John Travolta.
I thought it was alright. Ghost Rider? No. Huh. You're thinking of Face Off.
It was a joke, mate.
Oh, there we go.
Go away, fat man.
No. Who'd have thought? Imagine it's a Mandela effect, and both of them actually did get plastic surgery for Face Off, and they just kept it like that. And Nicolas Cage went off and done some wacky movies, and John Travolta, well, actual Nicolas Cage, John Travolta went off and done The Fanatic.
That would make total sense.
Yeah, I mean,
can't talk, gotta poop.
The Mandela effect's a real thing, eh? See the Baby One More Time music video. Do you always remember Britney Spears having a mouthpiece microphone to sing to?
Nah.
Like this.
I know the type. I don't think so.
Because I think everybody believes that she did. I'm not sure that I remember it, but the action figures and that all came with it, you know? Here, I could use this microphone on this podcast instead. This is a Blue Yeti in this. Literally a Blue Yeti in there.
All right.
For this. It connects.
Did you steal that for your last word, please?
No. This is an actual headset. I know what you're thinking of. No. Those ones are pish, man. This is an actual Blue Yeti microphone. It's not the best, like. It's all right. Let me try and change it over now. See if we can get your view. Where are we?
It's went totally silent. It's shite, mate.
No, that's it. I had it. This bit here was all.
No, that is
terrible.
Horrific.
Is it
horrific.
Terrible? Do you know what's funny? See, back in the day, we'd have been like, "Oh man, that's so fucking clear." But see, because we're using these big bad boys, that's why,
mate. Somebody put in the comments how bad that is, because that is. I couldn't even hear you saying is that bad. I could just read your lips, but that was terrible.
Maybe I just needed to EQ it or something. But the thing is, back in the day, we'd have been like, that's so class, man, so good. But we're so snobby now because we've got it great. Honda as Ghost Rider, laughing my ass off. Mate, you're getting cooked off, Janice. Janice is cooking you, mate.
Get up, you Janice.
Patting you on the spit, man. Patting you on the spit. Hatham's tears on, man. Hatham's tears on.
So the bottom line is, buy the new edition of Demolition Man,
Mm-hmm.
I might actually do it.
I don't know how much it is. Let me just have a look. Demolition 4K release. You can pre-order it right now. You go to pretty much any retailer. You go direct to Arrow Films. That's where we like to get ours. 30 smackaroonies. That's not bad.
Not so bad. But then I just need to buy something to play it on.
No, you have an Xbox, no?
That doesn't work. It's been dead for about a year and a half.
What you done with it? Last time I spoke to you, you were playing golf.
I do that on my PC with my Xbox Games Pass. See, there's always a workaround. But anyway,
the Xbox is done. That's a shame. Well, I go to arrowfilms.com and you can buy it there. Actually, buy it from Arrow. That would be better, a lot better if you do that. So do that. That's what we've done, and you earn points as well, J-Mac. So we'll have points for our last purchases. So go there, get it, and fucking come back. Tell us what you think of it. Use code JibJab15 for 15% off that you'll no get. We should probably do that. We should probably kick. But coming soon. I'll probably get more affiliates and all that stuff to pass the savings on to you guys. Yeah. But anyways, Absolutely. It's been class. Thank you for joining us on your Friday night, which is legendary of you. See you on Sunday, where we'll be watching Barbed Wire, and J-Mac will be talking about Pam Anderson. What's not to love? Thanks for tuning in. J-Mac, anything you'd like to say before we leave these fine folks?
No, it's going to start snowing soon. Just don't eat any that's yellow. Other than that, Tickety boo.
Aye, and you
That's
also
what
don't need to. You don't need to post it on Facebook that it's known. We know. We can see.